Kevin Lankinen, everybody. This is what we all wanted. This is the prime Kevin Lankinen. Shutout Lankinen. Second of the year. Hawks win 3-0 in a shutout over the Florida Panthers. And my goodness, Kevin Lankinen, the star of the game, by far. Let's talk about it. Kevin Lankinen. Let's sit. We're going to start off by talking a little bit about Kevin Lankinen. It comes into the year as the third goalie, the taxi squad goalie. Subban sucks his first game despite making a couple good saves. Defense didn't help him that game. Colin Delia does a little bit better in the second game. He starts the third game. They get crushed in all three of those games. They turn to Kevin Lankinen, and he gets a point in his first start. He loses in overtime to this very team, the Florida Panthers. And from then on, he's taken off and run with the starting job here as he destroyed Detroit on several occasions. He's downed a couple of pretty good teams here. Did not get a win against a Nashville, but his performance in that game was also unbelievable. He's been showing up big time for the Hawks here, and this is probably his best performance of the season, not only because he got a shutout, but because it was against one of the best teams in the league at this point, the Florida Panthers. That's a weird statement to be saying. The Florida Panthers are one of the best teams in the league. But regardless, he gets the big win. And my goodness, did he just come up and just make sometimes up to 3-4 consecutive saves on the Panthers offense. They were unrelenting. It was a 40-plus save shutout for Lankinen, and he showed no mercy. And with Lankinen, he showed up here in the first period. No goals were scored in the first period, but Lankinen was fantastic. Bobrovsky had his fair share of really good saves in this game as well. Unfortunately, because his offense didn't support him and put any in the past Lankinen, and he only let up like 2 goals against us, he couldn't get the win as Lankinen shut the door on every single shot he faced. Now, the Hawks start the second period with the power play. And about a minute into that power play, a weird scramble ensues, and Bobrovsky makes probably 3 or 4 really good saves in just this mad scramble in front of the net where just you got Hawks players crashing the net, you got Panthers players crashing the net. And then guess who finds the puck? It kind of just squirts out, and look who it kind of just sits right there. It's right in front of Patrick Kane. He just kind of lifts it up over Bobrovsky. That's 1-0. No big deal. This is a really good play here. A couple minutes after that goal, Keith gets it back in the center ice. Yeah, center ice after the Panthers try to clear it. He gets a great pass to Kane, who then finds Alex DeBrincat wide open. Literally no one there. The entire Florida Panthers defense eyeing Kane, not realizing there's another guy named Alex DeBrincat right behind them. Finds him open. He takes the shot. It's stopped by Bobrovsky, and Suter's right there. He gets it with his skate and then his stick and lifts it into the net. Per review, it looks like it probably wouldn't have counted if Suter did not get his stick on the puck there, because you could kind of see on the replay, he kind of stuck his foot out there to keep the puck right where he was. But he got it with his stick. The touch with the skate was not what carried it into the net. It was a stick, throw. Not stick. He didn't throw his stick. He buried it with his stick, like you are when you play hockey, because that's kind of like, the thing that you use to handle the thing you're trying to score. Pius Suter gets the goal. Quick side note before we keep getting going. This was just comedic as a couple minutes later, Ryan Carpenter gets into a fight with Mackenzie Weegar. and Ryan Carpenter took like 3 rights to Weegar, and he just collapsed. Weegar just was like 1, 2, 3. That's the knockout punch. Woo! Ryan Carpenter just absolutely handed it to Mackenzie Weegar. And, well, obviously both of them go to the box for fighting. Uh, yeah, the game carries on. Wow. That was just funny to see Carpenter just sock 3 rights to Weegar's face and just, he's gone, knocked out. And then less than a minute after that fight, the Hawks are on the power play and they give up a shorthanded breakaway to Anthony Duclair, not Adam Duclair. Anthony Duclair moves in. Lankin does what he does, stops the breakaway, and we play on. Hawks still with the lead. They don't let up the shorthanded goal this time as Panthers got a shorthanded goal for the lead a couple games ago. So Lankin shows the door here. Big save. And then here is where Lankin made his statement save, I believe. Panthers power play with about 7 minutes to go is dying out. And they throw it on net, and Lankin makes probably 3-4 unbelievable saves. Probably two or three really good ones, and then there was one at the end where he was out, and a Panther, I forget who it was, who had the puck, just threw it on net, and he gets it with his pad, and it shuts the door again. Kevin Lankin makes his statement save of the game right there with probably 3 or 4 amazing stops on the Panthers power play unit. This second period is far from over when talking about Lankin, as he probably made, if it's not the power play stops, it's this one for his statements into the game, because for some reason, the Blackhawks defense decided to evaporate the entire ice. It just tried to take, the form of rain and just evaporate. Non-existent. They let up a 3-on-0 opportunity for the Panthers. Barkov gives it over. Huberdeau cannot bury it. He doesn't give it back to the third member. I don't know what he was doing. He was just kind of there. But, man, with you have a 3-on-0 and 2 of those players are Huberdeau and Barkov, whoo, that is a hard one to make a save on. Huberdeau takes it, tries to go the long way around, can't wrap it around Lankin, and he shuts the door yet again on a 3-0 chance for the Panthers. The defense is not really helping Lankinen out that much, but Lankinen is making a statement right here, right now. So then with about 90 seconds left, Hinostroza gets it back to Weegar, who gets it to Huberdeau. He moves in. The shot is blocked by Hagel. He picks it up, throws it on the empty net, and buries it. And the Hawks run the clock out, even though the Hawks may have actually gotten a 4th goal late here in the game with Bobrovsky in the net. DeBrincat almost beats Bobrovsky in the last minute after they've already scored an empty net goal. And the Hawks run out the clock. The Panthers are actually on the power play as the game expired. Hawks win and get the shutout 3-0 thanks to a gutsy performance and a all-star performance by Kevin Lankinen. Now, this is a great way to go out on a 6-game streak against the Florida teams, 9 out of 11 against these two teams. After only getting 1 win in their first 7 games against these two teams, they rattle off 2 at home here against the Panthers, with Nashville coming up next. Now, with Nashville, I would say and have some hope with the way that they performed here, but Nashville is Nashville. That's what I'm going to say. The Nashville Predators are the Nashville Predators. We're at home, though. But then again, it's the Nashville Predators. We have had the worst luck with the Nashville Predators ever since 2017. No one will ever forget it, especially in our two fan bases, especially Predators fans. It's like the one thing they have over us. But ever since that series, the Blackhawks, for some reason, just cannot beat the Predators. It is just physically impossible for the Blackhawks to defeat the Nashville Predators at all ever since 2017. It's like we hit a wall right as the postseason started there, and its name was the Nashville Predators. And no matter how hard we try, we cannot beat them now. No matter how bad they are, no matter how good they are, no matter how bad we are, no matter how good we are, we just cannot find a way to beat the Nashville Predators. And that needs to change because we still have 6 games against the Predators here. If we cannot find a way to beat them in 6 games, 4 of them being in our place, if there's not a way we can find a way to win 2 or 3 of these games, that's not really okay for this team because, man, the Predators are starting to look okay here. They're starting to make a run here, and it's scaring me, frankly, because especially if it comes down to late season here, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat out the Predators here. If they get hot and stay hot, because it looks like they're going on a little bit of a run here and starting to make a name for themselves and trying to challenge our spot here. It is the playoff race is heating up, and these games against Nashville are going to be incredibly important down the line. I just know it because if the Predators, if this winning streak is anything, it's not gonna mean the end for this team. They're gonna continue to fight, and they found the rejuvenation that they needed to try and make a run for the playoffs here. And that's the last thing we want, to have a race with the Predators for the division playoffs. For the playoffs, not even for the division, for the playoffs. But regardless, these next couple of games against the Predators are going to prove very important down the line. And the Hawks need to put their best out on the ice because it's not going to be an easy task to take down the Nashville Predators ever. Especially in these past couple of years, it's never been easy to take down that team. And they need something big here. So that is it for this one. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, please, because especially things are starting to heat up here. The Hawks have pulled off some very important wins here against the Panthers, and they need to pull off some very important wins against the Predators in the next couple of games. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll see you guys next time.